Hi, viewers. Welcome to another edition of Mary Clinic Live. How are you today? Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for always joining me. I remain your host, Moralaya Ann Oputi. I do appreciate every one of us, all the members of Mary Clinic. I would like to say thank you for your participation, for your comment, for those insightful comments and suggestions. We really do appreciate you. I celebrate all our new joiners. I also celebrate everyone, joining us also on YouTube. I celebrate you all. Thank you so much. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube, go and hit the subscribe button now and continue to enjoy more interesting, educative, and insightful videos from us. So today we'll be looking at an interesting topic I have titled Marriage Certificate Does Not Certify You a Good Husband or a Good Wife. Marriage certificate doesn't certify you as a good husband or a good wife. Now, this has become necessary because many people think that, oh, dancing to the altar and getting that marriage certificate is all they needed, to put their energy into. And once they get that out, that is all they feel, oh, now we are married. But the truth is, see, that marriage certificate is just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. As a matter of fact, many people have their marriage certificate kept somewhere right now where dust is already settling. Some don't even know where their marriage certificate is. And for those that I'm sure where it is right now, dust have probably settled on it because you've not even used it in a while or you've not looked at it in a long time. Now, don't ever think that because you have that certificate or that piece of paper that guarantees that you will experience a blissful marriage or a blissful home or a peaceful union. No, that does not guarantee anything. That certificate doesn't certify you anything. I happen to be a chartered accountant and I know what it means to be a certified chartered accountant. Now, when you have that qualification, certified chartered accountant, I tell you, you will still have to do a lot of practicals, in a workplace, a lot of hands-on experience before you can get promoted, before you can really enjoy that accounting career and rise to the top. You must be able to prove that technically you understand what that certificate, the responsibility that certificate is giving to you, that you understand. Now, many of us, we don't even know so much about marriage before that marriage certificate is handed over to us. Some people have hardly read a book on marriage before they handled a marriage certificate. Some don't even know so much about what an ideal marriage should be. Some believe that, oh, marriage means, oh, once I'm married, all my life troubles, all my financial obligation is being transferred to the man or is being transferred to the woman I got married to, and I don't have to do anything. I just have to fold my hands, keep giving him sex, keep having children, and that is all. No, so many wrong notions, so many wrong mindsets about what marriage should be. And I tell you, some are even clueless about what marriage should be or about the person they are getting married to. You don't really know the person very well, yet a marriage certificate has been handed over to you by the virtue of the fact that, oh, you both got married. Let me tell you something. That piece of paper doesn't satisfy you a good wife or a good husband. What satisfy you a good husband or a good wife is in you doing the work, because it is in the work that you get the result. See, you don't expect that marital bliss will fall on your lap when you are not doing the things that will help you achieve marital bliss in your marriage. A lot is happening right now in some marriages, and when I hear those things, I begin to ask myself, what did you think you were going into in the first instance when you signed up for marriage? When you went to that altar to say I do, what were you thinking you were signing up for? Because I get to hear that some Some people don't want to do their part. You don't want to pick up your responsibility. You are shifting your responsibility to the other person. Some don't even care about their obligations, about their responsibility in the marriage, and you still want the marriage to turn out successful. You still want it to turn out to see. It's not going to happen. Marriage is not magic. Marriage is not magic. It is not magic. And God is not a magician. Even God expects you to do your work, to do your own part. And that is why even God Himself, when He was showing us an example of an ideal marriage in the beginning, the first thing He gave to Adam was work. Go and work. Why? Because He was trying to show him that, see, if you don't work at anything, then you won't get result. When you work, when you till the ground, it will give you produce. It is that produce that you will eat. So also when you work on anything, including on your marriage, you will get the kind of results that you want. But when you are not working at it, when you are not doing anything to contribute your part or play your role well as a wife and as a husband, then I tell you, you won't get anything out of the marriage other than frequent fights, frequent quarrels, abuses, dissentment, oppression. You will feel depressed. Why? Because a lot that does not align with the kings of line guarantee you a successful marriage or a successful at the collection of it. No, it doesn't end there at all. As a, you must play your role. You must understand what it means to understand what, how, you know, keep, you will keep yourself clean. The husband, as a husband, you have to understand also that you have to play your role as, know what roles are. As a husband, you are a provider, you are a protector, you defend the people in your home. You must be willing to do all of that. You cannot be shifting, that responsibility to someone else. And even if you have a temporary set, your wife or someone is, you should appreciate their effort. You should have good words in your mouth to appreciate all the effort, all their input into ensuring that the home is running, that things are working well, and not that you will make it look like, oh, it is your right for them to take up your own responsibility, your own work for you. No, you have to do yourself. And if by adventure hindering you from not doing it, whoever is covering up for you, whoever is do your own work or to play your own part, to play your own role, you must appreciate them. You must tell them thank you. You must nurture them. You must show them love. You must let them know that, see, I do appreciate everything you are doing, all the sacrifices you are making for this marriage, this union. I do appreciate it. But in a situation whereby you don't appreciate it, all the little effort, you care less. If the other person is pulling their weight, you just want a marriage that works without lifting a finger. And life doesn't work like that. I mean, in every sphere of life, you must always play your role. You must work at it. You must do your work. I mean, you must do your own work well. You must play your own role. So please, that marriage certificate does not guarantee or certify you as a good husband, as a good wife. No, it is in you carrying out your role, playing your part, playing your role well, doing your responsibility. That is what guarantees that you are a good wife or a good husband, and that will eventually lead to a successful marriage or a successful home. So please, let us be mindful of all of this. Don't go into marriage, you know, doing things that are contrary to the laws of harmony, marital harmony, and expecting that there will be harmony. You go into that union, you call your spouse all manner of names, you call them dog, you call them idiot, you call them, you use all sort of vulgar words on them, and you expect that that spouse will still be smiling with you in the house. No, it's not going to happen. Yes, there is a place of forgiveness, but you too must learn or understand how human psychology works, because see, you cannot claim you love someone and you'll be using your mouth to pull them down. You'll be using your tongue, to speak negatively into their lives, or speaking to pulling them down with the way you talk about them to outsiders, even to your children. You make the other spouse look like, oh, the other spouse is a devil. Now when you keep doing that, I tell you, what you are breeding in that home, what you are nursing in that home is, you are breeding a mirage, something you will end up not liking. By the time you realize it, you will just find out that this marriage seems to be falling apart. The center is not holding anymore. Why? Because you have used your mouth, your actions, to cause yourself havoc. I mean, I was on a particular case yesterday, and when I heard what the man was doing, I was heartbroken. Imagine a man who wants, is married to work, so to speak, threatening his own wife with his wife's parents that, oh, I'm coming with police to arrest you people. I'm going to make sure they lock you up. I'm going to use my power to ensure you are all locked up. Now, you want to lock up your own wife, and you want to lock up your parents, your in-laws, your wife's Okay, sorry for that break in transmission. I guess the connection seemed a bit poor. Okay, so like I was saying, the man, threatened his wife that he's going to get them locked up at the police station, and that he's going to lock up the wife's parents as well. So what I was saying is that, see, you can't do that and expect that when they come out from the police station, they will come out smiling at you and going back to the marriage to say, oh, let's continue. That's not going to happen. Why? Because you've commit an abominable act that will naturally cause a marriage to give way. See, you cannot be doing all these terrible things and still expect that you will experience bliss in that union. No, you can't be sowing seeds that will produce bitterness, anger, hatred, resentment, depression, and expect to experience marital success. See, it's not going to happen. Marriage is not magic. It's two people working at it, and you must play your part. The other person must play his or her own part too. You must play your role. It is work, and it is hard work. See, marriage is not for lazy people. I keep saying it. So please don't think that your marriage starts and ends with that marriage certificate. No, it's just a piece of paper. You have to play your part. You have to do your own responsibility. Play your role very well if you want to have peace and bliss in that union. I'm going to stop here for now. And I want to leave you with this: the marriage certificate is just a paper. It doesn't guarantee marital success, and it doesn't certify you a good wife or a good husband. You becoming a good wife or a good husband is a process, and that process will only happen or be achieved when you do the work. It is in doing the work, it is in keeping your home, providing for your home, living peacefully, guiding your heart jealously, ensuring that you don't say things that will throw your marriage apart. You don't get angry excessively to the point that you cannot control your tongue, you cannot control your emotion. You abuse, you engage and involve in physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. You do all of that, and at the end of the day, you want the same person to rise up and argue and say, "Oh, this marriage is, this marriage is blissful. Let's continue." No, it's not going to happen. So what you will keep getting is the person will get fed up, and the first thing that comes to their mind is, "I need a break." I mean, that we shouldn't let that keep happening all the time. I'm handling some cases right now that, see, everyone is saying, I need a break. We'll let her go our separate ways. Oh, let him go his separate ways. It doesn't have to be like that. If we are adopting a preventive approach in our mind, you make sure the negative and the bad things doesn't happen by your actions, by your behavior in that marriage. By the time you get married, if you don't pay attention to your action, the things you do in that marriage, sorry, end up a mirage. For now, I hope I've said a lot, and you have listened. I remain your host, and hopefully I will come back to bring you more interesting topic. Till we meet again,